Hey guys, welcome back to the Struggleville 2 YouTube channel. For this video I thought we'd do another eBay sales update. Seems like it's been a long time since we've done one of these. I kind of like doing it, looking back at things I've sold lately, and I don't have nearly as much listed on eBay as I used to. I'm hoping to pick it up a little bit in the wintertime when there's just less stuff to do outside or out in the garage or whatever. But I really like doing it. I've done it since I was a teenager. So it's a lot of fun for me, something I'm familiar with. I like giving you guys ideas on things you could sell if you want to make a little extra money, or ways you can take advantage of some of these tool deals without digging so deep into your pockets. Anyway, the first thing we have here is the Einhell 3 amp hour starter kit. Comes with the charger and the 3 amp hour battery. This was from Snow Joe or Sun Joe. And they had a really good deal. We posted it on the website. You buy the bare tool and you get the starter kit for free. The cheapest bare tools were $39. They had some that were fairly expensive, but they even had like cordless miter saws, cordless pole saw, just a ton of different stuff. So I stuck with the cheapest stuff that they had available because I knew that I wanted to sell most of it. Really wasn't interested in keeping a whole lot of it, although there are a few pieces I'm going to keep for myself because they're kind of oddball tools that I legitimately wanted. So here you can see I don't have any left available. I sold 5, $59.99 plus shipping, and the cheapest ones that I purchased were only $39 for the starter kit and the tool. So it ended up being a really great deal for me. This gets me really close to making my money back. Plus, I plan on doing a YouTube video for each of the tools that I bought, and that'll give me a little bit of ad revenue, may give me some affiliate revenue depending where I find these being sold and what links I can include. And then, of course, I can put the YouTube video in the eBay listing, and that also gets more views and everything. So we just kind of make it a mesh that all works together. Whenever people buy things from me on eBay, I include a magnet and stuff on my website. So hopefully, a few of the people who buy things, especially when it's tool related, also then go over to the website and, just build it up. So you see, we sold 5. I kept 2 for myself, because I figure you got to have 2 batteries, one to charge while you're using the other. I have the other charger just for sale by itself. It's going to be a hard sell because most of the time people don't need extra chargers, and this is kind of an obscure brand that there's not a ton of people out there going to need stuff for, but whatever. It's an eBay listing up, and why not? I bought 2 of the chainsaw sharpeners. One was on accident, actually, and one to keep for myself. We already did a video on that, so I'll be getting the other one listed soon. I got the cordless vacuum, which I'll probably end up selling. I might keep it. It might be worth keeping out in the garage for doing like a little cleanup and stuff. And then, what else? We got the cordless spreader, which I'm going to keep for myself, like spreading grass seed or something. I'm hoping it can spread salt, because that would be awesome, just to have a cordless little zzz, and it just, wings the salt around on the sidewalk and portions of the driveway. So I don't know what else I got. That's a couple of sanders. All that we'll do videos on, and also eventually get eBay listings for. Of course, then they're going to have to be sold as used, but not so worried about it. Next, we have the Struggleville conversion chart magnets, which has done pretty well. See, it says 9 available right now, but that's only because I'm not counting them, and I just up the quantity whenever it gets low. I think I bought 200 of them, giving some away for free, and 53 have sold because I was giving them away in like the loot box giveaways and such. So 53 of them have sold. Pretty cool. I like that. $5.99 a piece. I can ship them in just an envelope. Takes a stamp and an additional ounce stamp. And a Dish Network remote. It's actually from my old Dish Network box. They didn't take the remotes, but they're a pretty decent thing to sell on eBay, especially someone who's getting started, who wants to build up their feedback, or maybe just get more comfortable with the eBay selling process. But there's so many times you go to a thrift store, you can buy remotes, depending on your area, for like a quarter, 50 cents, I think the most I'd ever see at one of my thrift stores is 99 cents, but no one's going to buy it for that, so then you just wait till it gets to the half-price week and get it for half off. So they're really good, and the way you got to test them because you don't know if it's broken or not. And the way you test them, you just put the batteries in the remote, turn the camera on your phone on, point the remote at your phone. So when you're looking at your camera, you're looking at the front of the remote, and you hit the buttons, and you'll see the little pink infrared light will get caught on your camera. And if that lights up when you hit the buttons, then it's working. So a real easy way to test them. And I got this for free, $8 plus $5 shipping, which I'm positive it cost me less than $5 to ship. So it worked out well there. Now this item, it's a Menards item. Some I got for free. Some we paid a little bit for, but boy, not a lot. Maybe $1 or $2. And I used to actually get more for them on Amazon. However, I stopped selling on Amazon altogether because I was a little sketched out with my affiliate account. Goes through the same account as my selling account, and so many brands want you to be an authorized seller to list their products, and they can complain to Amazon about you selling their products when you weren't authorized to. And I just thought, I'm taking too big of a risk if I were to get my selling account suspended because of something like that. Would they also suspend my affiliate account? And then back in the day they also had an ad network, which since they've gotten rid of. And I have too many things intertwined with Amazon to let that happen. So completely shut down the store. It still exists. It's just there's nothing in it. Anyway, I was getting like $15, $16 for them over there. And here on eBay, I'm only getting $10 a piece. You can see 29 of them sold. Again, this says 101 available. There's probably 300 of them actually available. We got a ton of them. Just boxes and boxes full of these things. Little DuPont scratch pens. Another free item from Menards. This was actually, I think, a money maker because I think it was free, and then if you hit it with 11%, you got a little bit extra back on it. But it's a 3-pack of toilet connectors, the little supply line or whatever on a toilet, and $9.99 free shipping. Probably costs $3.50 to $4 depending where it goes to ship. And you can see 87 of these are available. 33 of them have sold. So we have a ton of those also. And I'm trying to think. There's this guy that Monica and I sell to locally who buys up a bunch of the Menards stuff. And I can't remember if he bought a bunch of those or not. He might have. I'd really like just to get rid of them all in one big swoop if possible, but probably not. Next, another free Menards item. It's the eyeglass cleaning kit. These were from years ago. They've been around for so long. It says 24 sold, but that's only since they've changed to this listing format of when I changed for it to being good till canceled. You used to be able to do 30-day listings and automatically renew them, and they don't do that anymore. So 24 have sold. There's only 5 available left. I can't wait till those are gone. Just one less thing to be storing. The Craftsman tool cases. These I've picked up either at Sears or Ace Hardware. It comes with, this one doesn't say, it's either a 3/8 drive ratchet or a 1/4 inch ratchet, and then you get all the sockets, and there's a metric version, which this is, or they have the SAE version. And I think the 1/4 inch one, this has to be the 3/8, because I think the 1/4 inch one comes with a little extension too, or I could be getting the kits messed up because they have a couple different ones. Anyway, usually I pay about $9.99 for the entire thing. See, I've sold 5 of these empty cases, but $7.99 and they cost like $5 to ship, so after fees, I'm getting absolutely nothing, because shipping is ridiculous. And I had a guy complain the other day, he offered me on an item less than what it would cost for me to ship it, and in his notes, he said that my shipping prices were ridiculous and that his offer is a fair offer. And I just responded no. I didn't, no explanation, nothing. I just responded no. And then he complained and he said that I was rude to him. So then my reply was just the clown emoji. And then he said he was going to call eBay and complain about me. I'm like, go right ahead. I don't give a shit what you do, dumbass. But his entire gripe with me is out of a place of ignorance, because anyone who ships anything on eBay or has to actually pay the postal rates on things. It was like a screwdriver set that weighed 1 to 2 pounds. So the worst case it would have cost them to ship was like $9 or something. But go to USPS.com, calculate a shipment, go put in your zip code and then put one in on the other side of the country, and 2 pounds. It's going to be like $9 or $10. That's what it cost. So anyway, I don't make anything off of the cases themselves because of the shipping. So I've actually been just throwing them away lately, but I hate to do that because it's like a usable case. Someone could do something with it. And I have way more than 27. These are just the 3/8 drive metrics. There's SAE, there's the 1/4 inch drive ones, and there's all the ones I have out in the shed because I'm not going to just sit here and store a bunch of these empty cases. So I wish I had a better idea what to do with them. But the point is on these things is I already sold all the ratchets. I already sold all the sockets out of them. The ratchets I was selling for $9.99 plus shipping. I believe the sockets I had for $7.99 plus shipping. And I paid like $10 for the entire shebang there. So next we have this 1/2 inch tip Proto Professional Slotted Screwdriver. Vintage, $9.99 plus shipping. And this came out of a garage sale from, well, it might have even been 2 years ago now. I wanted to say last year, but it's been a while. Time flies. And I bought 4 or 5 tables full of tools, and I've only listed like 5. I have an entire toolbox full of just the tools from that garage sale. Ratchets, wrenches, sockets, pliers. It's someone's entire toolbox. And it's all vintage stuff, but, well, it's vintage, but there's a lot of Taiwan stuff, and I know some people kind of like the Taiwan stuff, but I'm half tempted just to pitch it. I don't know, maybe I'll create a listing or something. I kind of toyed with the idea, although I think people would get mad at me, because people are sensitive about certain things, but I thought about just taking a box, filling it with every socket and ratchet and wrench or whatever that could fit in it, and then make an eBay auction, start it at 99 cents, and then just in a video say, hey, if you want to bid on it, there it is for 99 cents, but then people get mad. Like, oh, and they get mad. Even though I think it'd be neat to just start it at 99 cents and see what it does. Anyway, that's the screwdriver. I really want to get into selling a lot more tools on my eBay account because it's just completely relevant to what we're doing on YouTube and relevant to what's on the website. It's a similar audience. And it just makes sense to do. I just gotta find the time. This is an item I've had for years. And not that it was listed for years, it just, I have things sitting on shelving units that I bought probably in 2015 that have been just sitting around the house because I never had time to list them. I've gotten more into the website stuff and less onto eBay. So it just sits there and sits there and sits there. So random days I'll just start grabbing things off the shelf and start listing a few. And this was one of them. Paid like 99 cents at a thrift store. It's the jumbo tape dispenser and a big old wheel on it. It's a real heavy item. You have to ship it in a regional A box because it's a couple pounds. But $15 plus shipping. And for different ones, you can actually get a little bit more. They have different colors and different things. You definitely want this plastic wheel in it. It's not worth anything, really, without the plastic wheel. You could probably actually sell the wheel all by itself if you didn't want to screw around with the entire thing. It's kind of funny, vintage office supplies and what they'll sell for. I used to sell tons of staplers. Just tons of them. And you're really looking for vintage ones. You're looking for kind of obscure, not the most common things. And like even the basic swing line stapler that, your teacher had in school, they have ones that are different colors. They have green ones, they have blue ones, they have maroon ones. And just getting into those different colors, even though the main stapler is really basic, can actually make it at least worth your time to create the listing. There's a Harley Owners Group rocker patch. This is the 2004 version, $6.99 free shipping. I shipped it just in an envelope because not like it could get damaged or anything. I used to have a ton of these. This is another thing that I probably had for 6 or 7 years. I had tons of them, all different years, listings for each different year. I also had the little like hat pins or whatever they're called. And this was the last one to sell, the 2004 purple one for $6.99. The other ones I got more for. This thing I just constantly, every couple of months you look at it, you're thinking, I'm tired of looking at this thing. Let's lower the price another $1. All right, let's lower it $2. Just keep going down till someone eventually buys the damn thing. Here we have a Star Wars Hot Wheels car. Around Christmas time, traditionally in the past, I have sold a bunch of toys. There's times where I'd get tons and tons of boxes from like Farm and Fleet because they only sell toys in the winter and they have some pretty good deals. So I just buy them online. You get tons of them. Monica and I did a video years and years and years ago about Home Depot, or not Home Depot. What's that store? Big Lots. I'm getting toys from. Anyway, so retail arbitrage, buying them online, buying them at a retailer or whatever, and then selling them online, selling them on Amazon, selling them on eBay. The problem was as I was mentioning earlier about companies getting mad, a lot of stuff on Amazon these days is restricted from you to sell. Even basic things like CDs and DVDs, you have to get special permission to be able to sell those now. And of course that raises the price, and they're saying the reason is for counterfeit stuff. But look, the counterfeit stuff isn't coming from the U.S. sellers. It's all the China sellers that have the counterfeit stuff. So focus your attention over there if you're worried about counterfeits, not, the person, going to thrift stores reselling stuff. It's a dumbass policy. But anyway, they've restricted sellers in all sorts of different categories. And then after that, all these different brands started being able to restrict who could sell their items. And you'd get just really spotty enforcement of it, because anyone can create an Amazon listing. I could go today and just list this thing. You can go on eBay, buy 500 fake UPC codes for like $2, use one of those fake UPC codes to create an Amazon listing, list this item, use Hot Wheels and Star Wars and all the keywords, and eventually it's going to get taken down. Someone's going to complain about it, someone's going to report it, whatever, but you could do that and you could sell it. So anyone can create these listings. Anyone can change them. If this thing had not previously been used or has not previously been listed on Amazon, I could just use the UPC that is actually on the back of the packaging, create the listing that way. So what happens is Hot Wheels may be a restricted brand, but this Hot Wheels item is restricted, this Hot Wheels item is not, and are you just going to memorize every single one? Because you don't know without checking a bunch of them. Anyway, I bought these things really cheap. Farm and Fleet or Kohl's, maybe? It might have been Kohl's. And I had them listed. Some of them sold, some of them didn't. But eventually the listing got taken down, or I got blocked from selling the item. So then I had to list it on eBay, and that was years ago. Apparently no one wants this damn thing. Next, and I'm not going to remember the particulars of this deal, but it was Farm and Fleet. It was either buy the starter kit and get a free bear tool, or buy the bear tool and get a free starter kit. But I bought a bunch of these. We can see 8. And I got it all with the orbital sander. I don't remember what the price was, but I know I made good money on it. I think it was $99. That sounds kind of wrong, but I think it was $99 because they changed the promotion after the fact that you had to buy 2 bear tools to get the starter kit. And when I got in on it, you only had to buy 1 bear tool, and the cheapest was the orbital sander. I think that's all accurate. Anyway, those are all gone. Sold 8 of them. This DeWalt deal, it was definitely Ace Hardware. It was either $6.99 or $9.99 as one of their Ace Rewards deals. So it's not something I'm making much money on. Well, I've only sold 1 out of the 3 anyways, but it's not something I'm making a lot of money on. It was just a tool item that I could have in my store. It gets views to my eBay account, which I hope then transfers to some views on my website. You can see this last picture up here, if it ever loads. It's not going to load. Anyway, there it goes. So you can see we kind of have the website in the background. Oh, look at that. So that's not intentional at all. But I kept 1 for myself. I think it was a limit of 4, and I listed 3. Kept 1 for myself. We've sold one so far. They ship first class mail, so $4 or $5 to ship. This one was such a bust. Some of this vintage stuff does good, and then other times it just doesn't do good at all. I have an 80s Coleman cooler. Has Pepsi on one side and Pizza Hut on the other. Sold it for $9.99 and plus shipping. I probably paid 99 cents, maybe $1.99. So even though you make a couple of dollars, sure as hell ain't worth the time spent in listing and taking the pictures. And that especially applies to a bigger item like this. It wasn't heavy, but it probably either weighed 1 to 2 pounds or 2 to 3 pounds. And it went in an eBay shoebox, I do believe, which is a free box you can get from the post office. I guess it wouldn't be an eBay shoebox. It used to be co-branded, eBay and the post office, but it's probably just post office now. Anyway, it went in that box, and it's just not worth the time and the effort at all. This little adjustable wrench, the Electrolyte 10-inch adjustable wrench, is actually the same one that I used the Evaporust on. If you saw that video of before and after using Evaporust on this thing to clean it up, and that stuff works amazing. Not only did I get all the rust off, but it freed it up because when I first got it, the wheel was all locked up. And after letting it sit overnight in the Evaporust, it was nice and smooth and worked just fine, and that stuff's just amazing. But anyway, again, this was one of the tools that came with that garage sale full of stuff. I paid $75 or $100 for all of it. So I got $10 for the last thing, I got $13 for this, and that's 2 out of, literally, that's a 40-inch toolbox full of tools. So I'll do fine on it. I'm going to make money on it. It's just it's taken forever because I haven't listed it. Anyway, like the vintage tools. It's really cool. They actually sell pretty well, and they're fun to play with. It gave me an excuse to do a video. It's a little closer up. Nah, of course we won't load that one. Anyway. This vacuum gauge set, $34.99 plus shipping. It was actually just at my grandma's house. She died last year, and we were cleaning out her house. There was a bunch of stuff from my grandpa, who died in the 90s, the early 90s, and most of his stuff, he was a carpenter, was never touched since then. It was all still in the basement and in the garage, and it was still there. And this might not be that old. It might have been from something else, but it was definitely in her house. Anyway, so I got it for free, and everything was getting thrown out because the coronavirus crap all happened, and we couldn't have an estate sale. You couldn't have like a garage sale, and the house was sold. It was closing like in a couple of weeks or whatever the time frame was, and it was a decent sized house. It was actually a large house. It was like 3,500 square feet or something. I mean, it was a big house, and it was full. So, ended up taking more than I probably would have otherwise to put in the house here, and ended up throwing away a lot of stuff. But a lot of it was garbage. Like Grandma had magazines from like the 70s and 80s all twined up and in piles and stacks, like Home and Garden and different things. And it's just like, man, that Depression era people didn't want to throw anything away. Not really a hoarder, because everything was clean and stuff. It was just you start opening up closets and whew, who knew that was there? Craftsman wrench, organizer, holder, SAE metric. Holds 12 wrenches. See, I've sold 8 of them. I have 20. Sell them for $7.49 plus shipping. They were like 49 cents on super sale on Sears website at one point. So I bought a bunch of them. I don't even know if this is all of them. I might have another box or two just in the basement that aren't in this listing. And it's what I actually use in my toolbox. And I prefer these for the for the Craftsman wrenches, because they hold really well. You can tip this thing upside down, swing it all over, and it grips them really well. You have some thinner, like a gear wrench, the set that I have anyways. I'm sure they have different styles. It's too thin. These little plastic tabs don't grab it, so if you were to turn it upside down, they'd probably just fall out. So it does matter what wrench you're putting in there, at least if you're going to be swinging it around or moving it or something. Mine, I actually had to cut the handles off because my old toolbox wasn't deep enough to fit. Of course, the new one would be fine, but it's already cut off. And yeah, I have new ones like this, but who cares about the handle? I'll just leave it. Alright guys, last one for this video. We have the vintage Brunswick bowling ball bag, blue and gray wire rack. Got $19.99 for it, which really isn't a great price for bowling ball bags. These things can go for a lot depending what you have. That's plus shipping. What you're really looking for, first off, condition. If the zipper's broke, if it's torn at these handles, if there's really any tears at all, I wouldn't want it. Some have a plastic rack in the middle. Other ones have a metal rack. The wire one, I would say, is preferable because you don't have to worry about it being broken, where the plastic ones, a lot of times they get broken because you figure people are dropping their bowling balls in there. If whatever it has, plastic or metal, if it's easily removable, that is a bonus because at least what I hear, I don't have any first-hand knowledge, a lot of women, or some women, at least a couple, will use these as handbags. So if they can get the rack out to where it's just an empty bag, that works out. You want to stick with the main name brands like Brunswick, Don Carter, AMF. I think it's AMF, isn't that it? I think that's right. And the goofy colors do better than the basic colors. This one's got this like tweed kind of bottom to it. It's better if it's the vinyl-y stuff all over. And you can get like the scallop design or a chevron design, and that's worth more. So, but I have gotten $50 for a bowling bag in the past, so $19.99. It got it out of here. I only paid probably a couple of bucks for it, so it's not awful. Alright guys, just a little eBay sales update. I'll do one again sometime in the future, and hopefully as it gets cooler out and we spend more time indoors up here in the north, I'll get more stuff listed and we'll have more sales and more tool stuff, because that's really the goal. That's what we're aiming for. So thanks for watching guys. I'll see you guys next time.